You really videoing me taking a drink?
Hey, I need more footage.
You need gulp right, you nasty. Alright, so let's talk about this trailer. Alright, being a former sailor, alright, this is not a header board, this is a bulkhead.
Yeah, I was wondering when he said that on the video.
It's a bulkhead.
I call it a bulkhead, but all
It's
right.
a bulkhead, alright? Your bulkhead is properly mounted, secured, it's not cracked, bent, and broken. It's not missing any of the rivets, and there's no holes. Alright? If you look along the whole side of this trailer, we should have 50% coverage of this alternating red and white reflective DOT tape. At least 50%. Next thing we're going to talk about is our landing gear. Our landing gear is properly mounted, secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. It's in the fully raised position, and the handle is in the cradle. We'll be messing around with that later on today. All right. Next, we have our marker lights and our clearance lights up at the top. Marker lights and clearance lights are all properly mounted, secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. They're clean and the proper color of amber. Amber. So basically, those are your marker lights right there. These ones on the side here are running lights. The ones up at the top are clearance lights. At least on this trailer. All right, so again, I'm not going to talk about what I've already talked about. The suspension back here is basically airbags, shock absorbers, spring arms, and all that other good stuff, right? We already talked about all that. Okay, these tires are 2/32 of tread depth, just like the drives. Also, these are duals, so we got to talk about this gap here. That it actually exists, the tires aren't rubbing together, and most importantly, there's no debris in that gap.
No bulges. I have bulges on the inside of the door.
Exactly.
In the summertime, I really watch them.
Hub seal, all that shit's the same. Now, one of the main differences about, well, one of the unique things about this is this piece right here. It's basically this rail down here. This is your sliding tandem. Sliding tandem and release, which the release on this one is this handle right here. Sliding tandem and release are properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. And the locking pins, there's 4 of them. There's one there. There's one there. And there's 2 on the other side in the exact same position. They're in the fully locked position, which means all the way out. All right? Make sure you check both sides, please. For the love of God, check both sides. All right, let's see. Mud flap, we've already talked about. I know on your list it says something about DOT tape. Don't need it. We have it on the back here. Oh, shit. I don't have to walk to another trailer to talk about the rest of these.
Oh, actually, I got it right here.
Oh, that's so convenient. Yes. All right, so you guys should be able to see it from where you're standing right there. I got to get up underneath this trailer. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about. Now, up there were disc brakes. That's why they had rotors and pads, right? These are drum brakes. These are different, all right? So the first couple parts on drum brakes that are different is here. That's your cyc adjuster and push rod. Cyc adjuster and push rod are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. All right? And also, when you pull on that cyc adjuster with the brakes disengaged, you should have no more than 1 inch of free play or of slack, whatever you want to call it. Now, these are drum brakes. So, your drums are right here. All the way around the tire on this outside piece right here. This is your drum. And then this piece on the interior right here is your lining. Or your shoe, whatever you want to call it. All right? I call it a lining. Some people call it a shoe. So, you got your drum and lining. Your drum and lining are properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. There's no oil or debris between your drum and your lining. And your lining has at least a 1/4 inch of friction material. All right? All right, let me get up out of here. Oh, I am too big, too fat, and too tall for that shit. All right, where is
It's
it?
tough getting under this. Even when you're short, it's tough getting under them.
All right, next thing we're going to talk about is our ABS light. ABS light is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's the proper color of amber. If it's on, you're in trouble. If it's off, you're good. Easy. All right, back here to this door. We got a lot to talk about these doors. So, The door is properly mounted, secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. The hinges are all properly mounted, secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. They're not missing any hardware. All right. This door has a 1 foot by 1 foot corner of this reflective tape. And it has 100% coverage of this alternating red and white reflective DOT tape across the bottom of the door. And also on the DOT book. The door latches and unlatches and opens and closes properly. And the door seals are properly mounted, secured. They're not worn, torn, frayed, cut, or dry rotted, and they seal the door properly. There's a lot to talk about on that door, but that's all we need to talk about. Next, we have our tail lights and clearance lights up top. They are properly mounted, secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. They're clean in the proper color of red. And the last thing I like to talk about is this thing right here. License plate light. It's properly mounted, secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, clean, proper color of clear. Any questions? No?
Did you cover the rails underneath the trailer?
Ah, you caught something I missed. Frame and cross members, correct. Ah, I was hoping one of y'all would catch it.
I
No.
caught it, but then you talked about the frame and cross member though
On the truck, but not on the trailer. So you got your frame and then your cross members all the way down this bottom of your trailer. They're properly mounted, secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken, and none of those cross members are missing
Or twisted.
or twisted.
Seen some of them really screwed
That would
up.
be under the bent part,
Yeah.
cracked, bent, or
Yeah.
broken. All right. So any other questions?